Satan don't want y'all to realize some of this. He don't want you to realize some of this stuff that's going on. He don't want you to prosper. Just look at everything that's going on. Once again, I'm not speaking to you because I'm condemning you. I'm condemning myself. And hopefully my testimony and my experience will help you. Will help some of you. Even if it's just for the guys in the street. Because if you're too righteous, I ain't talking to you. Jesus didn't come to save the righteous. He came for the sinners. He came for people like me. I've been wondering for so long why it's so hard to get over these addictions. Why it's so hard to get over the mentality. A lot of people like to blame history and blame people. But Satan enters vessels. Just like the Spirit of God enters vessels. And it's us, the people, who unlock this door. Who open and let either Satan or God inside. I'm here to prove some of the world's schemes. Culture's schemes. Satan's schemes. And God's wisdom. And I ain't the smartest person. Man, I don't even know how to operate a computer like that. I can't even fix lawnmowers like that. I know how to do certain things with cars, but I ain't no mechanic. You understand what I'm saying? It's not a real intellectual person talking to you right now, but I do have wisdom, and I am wise. And I've seen what the enemy is doing. So let me tell you something. I hope I can be real with the people. If it's just street people that I'm talking to, then amen. Everybody else, you made it already. So you gonna turn your nose up to this. While your children and your cousins and your brothers and your sisters, we dying and being slain and going to hell. Because somebody don't want to tell the truth. What's a lot of people telling the truth? I'm not knocking y'all out, but you gotta understand, this is what I'm saying. I'm not going against what you doing. You putting out videos, you speaking to people in the streets, yeah, you doing that. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about how Satan is trying to stop me at every chance he get for me to open my mouth. You can't control my mouth no more. I ain't gonna sit in no little cubicle no more and watch this destruction happen just because I'm a part of it. The world is a part of him. Culture is a part of him. Satan. Yeah. I've lived here and I dibble and dabble with it. Let you go and get to it. You see this right here, man? This liquor. I can go right into the Bible right now and tell y'all and show you when God talks about, it's in the book of Isaiah, when God talks about your watered down wines. Now remember, because everybody want to bring up, when this comes to people's house, this is what people say. Jesus turned water into wine. He didn't turn water into liquor. I ain't against Lil Wayne and Rick Ross. No. I'm against how cheap this costs. That's what I'm against. I'm against how cheap this is. You see, it's such, woo. Everything that saves your life is expensive. Everything that destroys your life, your spirit, your soul, your connection to God is cheap. Drugs are cheap. Weed is cheap. Liquor is cheap. Crack is cheap. Cocaine is cheap. The strip club is cheap. Guns are cheap. It only costs $400 for me to get this tool. It only costs $400 for me to end your life. It only costs $30. It only costs $30 to OD. Meanwhile, it costs $500,000 to have a house. $20,000 and up to buy a car. Your life insurance policy for your kids is expensive. Meanwhile, this $30 right here, if I drunk this whole bottle right now, my casket costs $10,000. I can take your life right now, and I got plenty of these. This is Adam talking to you. I got plenty of these. I done drunk many of these down to the bottom, empty. How much pain did I cause? That gun? That $400 gun? That $1,000 gun? How much your lawyer cost when you took that life? When we did that work? How much hiding did we have to do? And ever since we did that act, we've been looking over our shoulders ever since that day. Because of the opportunity is there. It's the opportunity. God help me with these opportunities. I fail because I'm an opportunist. I slept with that woman because the opportunity was there. I took that life because the opportunity was there. I do drugs and I drink because it's accessible. It's easy access. I ain't no evil person. I've been thinking I'm being an evil person, but I'm just an opportunist. You may be the opportunist type. I ain't the one to go out here and take your life, but if my sister called me, my mama called me, forget it. You do something about little ones? Opportunists. That's where Satan dwells. He dwells in our flesh. He dwells in the flesh. I told you he after your hands. He after our hands. What's in your hand? This is what God telling you. This is what God telling you. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it ain't easy. It ain't easy to talk to God and Satan. See, the problem is, I'm supposed to be talking to Satan like this. You're supposed to be talking to Satan just like this. Your nose turned up. Your veins popping out your neck. This is how you talk to Satan. But what we do, it's not that. We don't talk to him because we don't believe he exists. He's invisible. We wait till he jump in somebody else's body. And we wait till we see some evil stuff, and now we talking to Satan. That's why you get to argue with people. That's why people die in traffic violations. Satan sit back there laughing. Ha ha ha. Got him again. I got another one. Satan, I'm talking to you. You cannot have my kids. You cannot have my kids. I'm going to tell them the truth. You're going to be set free today. Now, tomorrow, that walk, it's going to be hard. I ain't going to lie to you. It's going to be hard. It ain't easy. It's going to be hard. Why? Because this is acceptable and it's cheap. Why? Because when this is around and this is in you and you in a party, you in a club, you at the house, anything that happened, these automatically come with it. But God say, what's in your hands? Satan enters your heart. Then he gets to talking to you in your mind. And then he puts these in your hand. No, that ain't Satan doing that. That's you doing that. Really? Because if it was us doing it all by our lonely self, you would think that if people was that smart and the people who believed in God so mighty, why is this so cheap? Why is these so cheap? If I use this on you right now, I get life in prison. If I drink this whole bottle right now, I die. Alcohol poisoning. Ain't nothing cheap about that Dr. Bill. Ain't nothing cheap about what's gonna happen when 35 people is drunk off this. This should be $1,000. This should be $500,000. A house is $500,000. Giving life, protecting life is $500,000, but taking life is $400. It's cheap. That's because that's what Satan think about you. See, we think it's all good and gifts and gimmicks and gifts. That's what we think. That's what I thought. Man, every time you stress me out, I just need $10. It only take me $10 to get back right. Whatever your drug of choice is. I'm not putting no pills or no crack or no powder on no camera. But you understand exactly what I'm saying. Females, women, the street life, culture tell you a trick. You a trick. You gave that girl $20, $30. First of all, hold on, let me help all the dudes that are being talked down about. Let me help you out right now, because God got a way out and he told you don't do this. But since you did it, let me tell you something. She charged you $300. She only wanted $5 from me. Opportunity. See, culture say, as long as you ain't paying, you ain't no trick. So you can dibble and dabble. God say, look out for the poor. If somebody come to you and they ask you for something, give it to them. You see how Satan is in here? He inside the street game. Because if anybody do anything for you in the streets, they consider soft. And they a lick. That's just the devil. That's the devil talking to you while you going through your journey. Because one day God gonna pull you out. He gonna do it anyway. He gonna pull you out if you seek him. He's gonna pull you out. But the devil, nah, make another rap song, tell him how sorry they is. Make another rap song, tell him how sorry they is. Put some more liquor in his hand, invite him to the show so I can get some more guests. He don't even like your family. The devil don't even like your family. He hates your family. That's why all of this is cheap. All of this is cheap. I'm gonna help you today. Because I got plenty of these. I got plenty of this. But this is the thing. God, to be honest with you, Father God, my fear comes when I let this go. When I put this gun down and I don't go out. That's when my fear comes. Because I know it's evil out here. I know it's hard for me to not sleep with my guns. It's hard for me to not be around my guns. My flesh, it's in my flesh, man. I done had to use it before. It's been used against me before. The fear of putting down this liquor, it's hard to be sober, man. This how we this God. The truth will set you free. Soon as I start to get sober, it's like a whole whirlwind of people just work my nerves. Every time I'm sober, now when I'm feeling good, God, when I'm high, when I'm drunk, don't nobody mess with me. Nobody mess with me. And if they do, something happens in my flesh where I can say what I need to say. And it ain't too hurtful, but I ain't afraid to say it. So I can speak different. But I ain't in the covenant with you though, man. When I got my finger on the trigger, I ain't thinking no good thoughts. I'm thinking I wish somebody would. That's not in covenant with you. When I'm drunk, not only do I feel bad, I feel good as long as I'm drinking. When I'm drunk, I'm out of covenant with you, man. When I'm smoking my blunt, ain't nobody around me. I ain't got nobody getting on my nerves. Ain't nobody looking for me. Yeah, that part feels good. But when I'm high, I'm out of covenant with you. I want to do right, God. I want to do right. But sometimes I'd rather die. If I'm honest with you, I'd rather die. Because I think the world would be a better place. If they ain't had no troublemakers. But I live in a world full of troublemakers. And Satan got his hands on all of this and it's so cheap. But living for you, it costs so much. It costs so much, man. Now that's what I say to my father. That's what I say to him. What I say to you, Satan, you think I worship you. And you lucky. that the only worship that comes from what I'm doing wrong is because I'm out of covenant with God. I don't like you. I don't like you. You don't have no control over my heart, my mind, or my spirit. I denounced everything that you got, all your plans. Yeah, and you here. And you made everything that can destroy me cheap enough for me to get it. And this is how I know you don't love us. This is how I know how you turn your back on God. If alcohol was $1,000 and every gun was $3,000 and up, they would still be rich. People would still, companies would still, they're gonna make their money. But you don't care about money. It's just a tool to you. That's why the money is the root of all evil. Because that root is Satan. And he wants souls. All of this is about souls. It's about souls. That's why it's cheap. That's why the poor man can get it. Instead of just the rich man. Because if Satan was about just money, he would be at the top of the echelons. You couldn't even afford to get drunk. You wouldn't even be able to afford it. And I'm going to prove it to you. You can't walk into that $1 billion company. You can't even get to the front door and ask for a pamphlet. But you can take a life. You can rape a girl. You can molest children. You can kidnap. You can do all of these things. And it ain't about your social status or how much money you got. This is why the fight is hard. This is why God put these rules here. This is why the word is here. Yes, it's hard because the devil messing with him is easy. Cheating on your wife is easy. Killing somebody is easy. Cussing all day, that's easy. A kid can do that. Say you can't have my kids. I can't put this on YouTube because of what I just showed you. So I'm putting it on Facebook. My family, because it ain't like the world y'all gonna see this first. Go ahead and judge. Go ahead and judge. I don't expect no comments. I don't want no comments. Because if you send this to somebody in the street that you know. Send this to your son, your cousins. The gang bangers. Cause that's who I'm talking to. And you ain't gotta be black. I ain't really talking about just to nobody black. I'm talking about to everybody who hold a gun. I'm talking to everybody who drink a drink, everybody who smoke a blunt, everybody who snort a line, everybody who know the crack dealers, everybody who done slept with a prostitute or the chick next door, everybody, all of them. That's who I'm talking to. I ain't talking to y'all if you walking straight. You walking straight, good for you. You can't have my kids, Satan. You can't have my kids. You can't have my mouth. You can't have none of that. And even though you still sift me like wheat, every time you come to me, either my head's going up, or I'm thinking about God, or I'm coming against you with my mouth, with my actions, my words, my giving. So, before I go, I used to spend $20 a day on getting high. With weed, right? So 20 times 7 is 140. 140 times 4 is hold on. 140 times 4, that's 4. And 40 times 4 is 160. So $560 a month. And that's if I smoke every day. I ain't smoke every day, but $560 a month. The funny thing about that is, when it comes to tithing, that's exactly how much my drug habit costs. When you mix the alcohol, when I mix my alcohol and my weed in there, it's about $560. So that 10% I'm supposed to be giving to God, it ain't just about giving your money away. Some people, we need help with some of these addictions, man. You're not just gonna stop. Some of us, if you don't have the money, you'll quit. Some of us, if we get locked up and go to jail, that's the only way to get it out of our system. Tithing is more. than just giving your money to a preacher because it's going to his Mercedes Benz. Man, get that out your head. How many people have OD'd because they had $500? How many people want to be rich, but when they got rich, they OD'd because they had too much money? It's because it's cheap. And you can't blame culture, and I ain't gonna blame the world. You can't blame them because they don't ride for God. They ride for Him. So ain't no blaming. It's just the principles that God put in place. This is why they are. The video already too long. Father God, help us. Help us. My testimony is out. My testimony is out. I don't care what y'all think. If you really cared, if you're a lawmaker, you'll change the laws. You'll up the prices of drugs and alcohol on this earth. If you care, you wouldn't make it accessible for teenagers to do it. But if you ain't finna do none of that, don't inbox me about nothing I just told you. But to the children and to the family, it's only because it's accessible to you and easy for you to get and obtain. That's why the fight is hard against you. If they took it all away, if you have anybody who've ever been in jail before for 6 months and above, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's sad that you got to go behind bars to get clean. You can't do it while you free. And you done told God, you let me free, I promise I'll never go back. And you failed and you lied. Well, I've been Peter before and I denied him 3 times. And he still brought me back. He still did this for me. And if he do it for me, he'll do it for you. Just don't give up.